Good evening. It is Tuesday evening, November 7th, and we have a few very remarkable stuff that's on the weather map. And then we have some remarkable things in the forecast for the Chicago area, but it's so far in advance. We're first going to focus on what's going on in the Anchorage, Alaska area, the Northeast Prince William Sound. The blizzard warnings are in effect, along with winter storm watches, up to 28 inches of snow, 15 to 21 inches falling within a 12-hour period. Very strong wind gusts in a much larger area under a winter storm watch. But get this, the weather radar is out. It's broken. It's not working. So the National Weather Service asks all people who have weather stations, call the National Weather Service to report any snow, freezing rain, or sleet that you see. It will be make people's lives much safer. That's what they're saying. Next thing, the next phenomenal thing we have, drastic thing happening in Amarillo, Texas, the southern high plains. Temperatures today were forecasted to break a record going up to 87 degrees. We have to check to see if that's what happened. 86 degrees was the record set back in the Dust Bowl years of 1934. And it's not the only city with record-breaking heat. Another city forecast 89, old record 87. Across the whole south central states, we have a ridge. It's a little bit of a weak ridge. It resembles somewhat of a Bermuda. It's all record warmth or near record warmth. Temperatures going into the low 80s for the St. Louis area for tomorrow. Downstate Illinois, we have temperatures in the 70s to low 80s, believe it or not. All of this air moves north as a warm front. This is very remarkable, but this is normal. It's normal, but nonetheless, for the Chicago area, we're going to be seeing 70s on the south side, 40s and 50s to the north. What's it going to be in Chicago? Well, nobody really knows, because the front might make it through Chicago, in which case temperatures will be in the 70s. And if the front fails to make it through, then anything is possible. 40s, 50s, maybe even low 60s, because warm fronts are not well defined. We do not have any Arctic air. The three storm systems moving across the country, moving from the Midwest to the Northeast, or the southern plains to the Northeast, developing these three storm systems. One of them we spoke about a week ago. There is no Arctic air on the backside. Therefore, we do not have to worry about any significant snowstorms. Maybe a little bit of snow at the tail end for some cities. In fact, Denver, Colorado has other reasons to worry about dusting to an inch, perhaps 1 to 3 inches in the outer areas. Nothing like the 6 to 10 inch snowstorm that actually fell for real in the Denver metropolitan area last week, that was actually observed 6 to 10 inches, higher amounts reported by the foothills. Now, when you go, the other area where there could be a couple inches of snow is when you head off to the northeast by Vermont, where there's a polar front over there, up there, a polar front, if you have the right conditions, could be cold enough this time of the year to also produce snow. Polar front is not as cold as an Arctic front. The Arctic front is locked up north. That's the story. Forecasters say that an SSW may occur in the mid to latter parts of November, and they are forecasting that means a sudden stratosphere warming, which ultimately many times, 2/3 of the times, leads to an Arctic outbreak. That Arctic outbreak is forecasted to happen right now in the first week of December. I don't know how in the world forecasters are coming up with this information, because I don't have that. But I can just report and share with you what is being said. That several days of snow during the 1st of December 3rd, Sunday, December 3rd, that week, there could be several chances of snow, very cold. The Arctic outbreak might even start slightly before December 3rd. Until then, enjoy the really warm weather, which will be happening even here in Chicago, for especially the south side, moving on to the East Coast over the next couple of days. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful week.